What's up, fight fans, and welcome back to another Vegas Odds breakdown here on the Vegas Odds YouTube channel. I'm your host, the fight analyst Garrett Kerman. With me, as always, is my man, the Joe Danger himself, Jesse Hobson. What's up, man? How's it going?
Thank you for doing this, Garrett. Thank you for being with me here tonight. All hell, Garrett Kerman, the fight analyst. I love you. Thank you so much. Let's talk about some one on Prime Video 6. I like these fights. I like these cards. These are fun. I like the one cards. I think that this is kind of the future of MMA. When we don't have any UFC going on, it's fun. One is fun.
One is fun. One is fun.
Simple as that.
Yeah, man, I like it because they have a mixture of everything. Grappling with Mikey Museki, that's right there, and then you have kickboxing, but they have kickboxing with like small gloves. It's really exciting everything that they're doing over there on one, and they got buco books, so they're really throwing it at their athletes too.
Yeah, and speaking of those rules, I guess obviously we want to start this off by talking about the fight that apparently is in the midst of being canceled. The Stamp Fairtex and Anis Mexen. This was a custom rules fight, which means that two of the organization's biggest superstars, Stamp Fairtex and Anissa Meskin, or Mexen, they were set to clash in a 4-round battle that alternates between Muay Thai and MMA. So, I was really excited for this. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of questions that would have came into this matchup. But as Garrett just informed me, Stamp Fairtex needs a new opponent.
Yep. And Anissa Mexen did not even show up to the weigh-ins.
Yeah, and so just to kind of talk about this breakdown, or what I thought about this particular fight, I thought the biggest unknown was Mexen's wrestling and ground game. Despite her being a big name in combat, she has never once competed in grappling or MMA. Stamp, on the other hand, has competed in Muay Thai since her, or she hasn't competed in Muay Thai since her August 2020 defeat, but she has remained active in MMA. So she hasn't really stepped away. She's been active. Stamp only lost to the champ, and from what I gather, Mexen is far from the champ, and she's also a bit on the older side. So I was expecting Stamp to kind of hold her own during the Muay Thai exchanges and ultimately capitalize during the MMA rounds. And I thought maybe she had a chance to even find a submission, but it looks like that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely would have been a good fight. I watched Sam Fairtex fight. She's a good kickboxer in her own right. She's a very high level kickboxer, and her background is kickboxing. Then she made the crossover to MMA because it was more lucrative for her. She faced the champion in Lee, and it didn't go so well. She looked good early on. She definitely did, but then Lee did what she does best, and utilized her grappling and absolutely dominate Fairtex. So no fault there. And then Mexen, on the other hand, she's got over 100 kickboxing fights. She's legit when it comes to the kickboxing realm. She's well known throughout, and she was going to definitely have the advantage a bit there. But I think, like you said, Fairtex would have been able to keep it close. And then once it came to MMA, that's when she would have capitalized, just like Demetrius Johnson did as well. More of the same, more of the same.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that fight's not happening. But we got at least 2 fights to break down, because that's the only 2 that we could really bet on. And that is our first fight in the lightweight division between Gary Tonin and Johnny Nunez. Right now, the line is -1,000 for Tonin, and they come back on Nunez plus 660. Who do you got?
Yeah, so kind of like the LFA card, there is still money coming on Gary Tonin, and from what it looks like, one wants Tonin back in the winner's circle. Nunez is a decent enough name to bring Tonin back into the conversation, and he isn't a bad opponent. He just hasn't competed since 2019. Tonin should win fairly quickly, as I believe this is. Obviously, this is a tune-up fight. I'm expecting KO probably round 1, maybe round 2 if Nunez kind of runs and avoids the punches. But I just don't think Nunez's heart is in this, and I don't think that it has been in this for a while. So I like Tonin by KO probably round.
So you're taking the BJJ black belt the guy who's got a ton of submission grappling matches and accolades to win via knockout. Well, that would be impressive.
KO. I think he's going to get him to the ground, and I think he's going to ground and pound ultimately. I mean, I don't think a sub is out of the question. I just have a feeling he's going to try to make a statement, especially after losing.
Yeah, no, I mean, but he only lost to the champion, so no fault in that loss. Nunez is going from housewife to fighter, so it's gonna be interesting to see how he fares going from picking his kids up from school and making their lunches and cooking dinner for Misha Tate when she gets home after working out in the gym as a fighter, because she's the fighter of the family now, to being a fighter and fighting overseas. So it'll be interesting to see how he fares. But ultimately, bad fucking matchup. He's getting finished in round 1. Tonin looks good here, and he keeps it fucking trucking.
Yeah, I actually had a double take. I was like, is that the Johnny Nunez that I think it is?
Yep.
And it was.
Yeah, it's not Johnny Nunez. It's housewife Johnny Nunez. It should be Johnny Housewife Nunez. That's his name now.
Not Johnny Boy.
No, not Johnny Boy. He's housewife Johnny Nunez. All right. Our other fight, the only other fight we'll bet on in terms of MMA, is Anglo Song taking on Gilberto Galvao. Right now, it's in a catch weight of 215 pounds. Right now, the line is minus 820 for Anglo Song, and the comeback on Galvao plus 570. Who do you got?
I actually do see a few people betting on Galvao. I don't see it, and I don't think one sees it that way either. They want Sang, back in the winner's circle, a lot like the Gary fight. Galvao, he isn't a bad opponent. He's just old. Yeah. And kind of like Johnny Nunez, he also hasn't fought since 2019. So these are both two guys that they plucked from 3 years ago. Sang is also old, but he's still active. And unless something weird and just wild happens, he should find the finish fairly quickly. I'm also expecting a KO in this one too, probably round 1. Sang is just a better fighter, plain and simple, and he's still doing this. So
yeah, it's really hard to fade Anglo Song here. I know he hasn't been good as of late, alternating wins and losses. And it's getting up there in age, but his opponent is a fucking dinosaur. Hasn't fought in 4 years. He's coming off a loss. He's got 38 fights under his belt. Got a shit ton of wear and tear. I think Anglo Song is still in good enough shape to beat someone like this. So giving Anglo Song to get the job done, get another win on his belt, and keep it trucking.
Well, and also too, I mean, Lasong, who has he fought? I think he fought RDR twice.
Yep.
So I mean, it's good. It's good talent. Like, it's leaps and bounds above Gilberto Galvao.
Oh, for sure. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Galvao probably should not even be signed to one championship, considering he hasn't fought in 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can tell by that photo. It's an older photo.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like they took it from his passport or something.
They took it from his MySpace.
Yeah, you're not. You know what? It kind of does look like that, and you're probably not too far from reality, really.
They took it from his MySpace page. You're like, you know what? We're going all the way back to MySpace days, and let's take that. But it looks like he's like 28 here. He's probably like 56 now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Unfortunately, it's not much to break down, but that's what we got for you guys from one championship on Prime Video 6.
Yep.
You guys need to head over to the Vegas Odds YouTube channel, like this video, comment, let us know who you're betting on, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you all next week for some more money into your pockets.